Chosen one, something sacred is unfolding tonight. And you were not brought here by accident. If you're hearing this right now, it's because the Spirit of God has divinely aligned your steps with this very message. This is not just another evening. This is a night marked in the heavens, a night of divine transformation, and it begins with you. What if tonight was the moment your soul had been waiting for? What if everything you've been through, the pain, the confusion, the loneliness, was preparing you for this exact shift? God has whispered that something is going to rise from within your body tonight. A change so profound, so undeniable, that your spirit will awaken in ways you never imagined. You are not just flesh and blood. You are chosen, set apart, and filled with divine potential that's been waiting to be activated. This is the night it begins. You'll feel it, the vibrations, the energy, the frequency of heaven moving through your being. The atmosphere around you is already shifting because heaven has placed its spotlight on you. But here's the key: you must align with what's coming. These next 4 nights will not be ordinary. They will be sacred, intense, and will require your full spiritual attention. Distractions must fall away. This is your moment of becoming. Before we dive deeper into this divine message, I invite you to do 3 things right now. Comment 777 below to claim this transformation and declare that you're ready to receive what God is releasing into your life. Hit that like button to help amplify this word to others who need it. And subscribe so you never miss another divine moment like this. To those who have supported us through Super Thanks, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your generosity is helping spread God's message to thousands of chosen ones around the world. Whether you give or simply listen, your presence here is powerful. Now stay with me, because in just a moment, I'm going to reveal exactly how tonight's transformation will take place and why this shift is happening now. What you're about to hear could unlock something eternal. Are you ready? Let's go deeper. God's chosen ones. Tonight, you will receive a huge transformation. It's happening. Tonight is not just another evening passing quietly beneath the stars. It is a divine appointment written in the scrolls of heaven. The pieces of your life that once felt scattered and uncertain are now aligning with supernatural precision. Everything is moving into place, and something beyond comprehension is stirring. This is the moment heaven has been preparing you for, often in silence, sometimes through pain, but always with purpose. You are not here by coincidence. You have been set apart, and now the time has come for your transformation to begin. A heavenly shift is about to unfold, and it starts tonight. This isn't just spiritual growth. It is a divine metamorphosis that will reach into every layer of your being, your body, your emotions, your mind, your soul. God is calling you into a deeper dimension of your true identity. The heavens have declared this time as sacred. Over the next 4 nights, you are stepping into a process that is both holy and intense. Just as Jacob wrestled with the angel through the night and walked away with a new name and a divine limp, you too will emerge from this encounter changed. Will you recognize yourself when the dust of transformation settles? Think about how Moses spent 40 nights on Mount Sinai, alone with God, surrounded by cloud and fire. When he came down, his face shone with glory. He had been transformed, not just spiritually, but physically, radiating the evidence of divine encounter. This is your mountain moment. But unlike Moses, you're not ascending a physical mountain. You're climbing the terrain within your soul. You felt the tug, the discomfort, the unshakable sense that you were made for something more. Now God confirms it. The time for confirmation is over. This is the time for manifestation. Your body may feel strange tonight energy, heat, vibrations you may not be able to explain. These are signals of God at work. Have you noticed certain dreams becoming more vivid? Has your mind been flooded with memories, emotions, or sudden clarity? These are not random. They are divine codes awakening inside you. Just as Joseph's dreams were keys to his destiny, your inner visions are rising now because you are stepping into a new assignment. You were chosen for this, even before you were formed in your mother's womb. Modern-day speaker and author Lisa Nichols. Once a single mother on public assistance, often speaks about how she had to die to her old self before stepping into the woman she was born to be. She says you have to be willing to transform so radically that you scare your old self. That is the kind of transformation being released into your life tonight. It is not gentle. It is not familiar. It is holy. But transformation does not come without resistance. Jesus himself went into the wilderness for 40 days. There, his identity was tested. His strength was forged, and the angels ministered to him after the trial. The process you're entering is not unlike that wilderness. You may feel stretched, confronted, or uncertain, but you are not alone. The angels have already been assigned. The Holy Spirit is moving ahead of you, and your fire, though once faint, is about to blaze. These next 4 nights are a consecrated window in time. Every moment will carry weight. Every hour has been written with purpose. As you lay your head to rest, be aware this is not ordinary sleep. It is sacred preparation. Heaven is at work while you rest. Can you feel it? Can you sense the pull on your spirit that says you are becoming? This journey is not just for inspiration, it is activation. A shift so profound that even the people around you will notice and wonder what happened. Just like the apostles who were filled with the Holy Spirit at Pentecost and spoke with new tongues, you too will move differently, speak differently, and walk with a new authority. You won't need to announce it. Your presence will carry it. As the transformation begins tonight, understand this: the discomfort is holy, the stretching is sacred, and the strange sensations are signs that your spiritual DNA is being rewritten. You are rising into the version of you that has always existed in God's plan. You are not evolving. You are being revealed. You've waited, you've wept, you've wondered if your time would ever come. Now, God is saying, it's happening. Heaven has ordained it. The Spirit is ready. Are you? As these sacred nights unfold, you will begin to notice a quiet unraveling within. Old parts of yourself, the insecurities, the fears, the habits that no longer align with your divine assignment will start to fall away. It may not be comfortable, in fact. It will likely be intense, but it will be holy. These 4 nights are not random. They are divinely designed encounters to stretch you, challenge you, and remake you into the version of yourself that heaven has always known. You are not being broken, you are being refined. Have you ever considered how Gideon, though hidden in fear, was called a mighty warrior before he had ever fought a battle? God spoke to the potential within him, not the weakness around him. In the same way, what feels like inner chaos right now is really heaven's hammer shaping your soul into something unshakable. What if the pain isn't punishment, but preparation? As you begin to let go of what has kept you small, space will open in your spirit for higher frequencies to take root. New thoughts, new energy, new clarity will begin to rise. The discomfort you may feel is not weakness. It is the sacred tension that comes with shedding the layers you've outgrown. Some of these layers have been with you for years. Some may have been inherited, others picked up through trauma, betrayal, or fear. Yet now, by the power of God, they are dissolving. Can you feel it, that subtle lightness beneath the surface? That's freedom entering your bones. You might find moments of confusion, even fear. But remember, every time God called someone higher, it came with the unknown. When Abraham was told to leave his homeland, there was no map, only faith. When Peter stepped out of the boat to walk on water, there was no logic, only trust in the voice of Jesus. What will happen when you trust God that way tonight, each night that passes? The transformation will deepen. You'll notice a growing lightness in your body, a newfound clarity in your thoughts, a resonance in your spirit that aligns with heaven's frequency. The more you surrender to the process, the more your essence begins to surface, the pure, radiant version of you that was never touched by fear, shame, or limitation. The universe is not just guiding you, it is responding to you because the true you is beginning to awaken. This isn't about slow, gradual change. This is about divine acceleration. You are not only being transformed, you are being revealed. Like a sculptor, removing stone to reveal the statue already hidden inside. God is removing everything. You are not to reveal everything you truly are. Have you ever wondered what might happen if the full potential God placed inside you was finally activated? One modern voice who speaks to this kind of radical internal awakening is Dr. Caroline Leaf, a cognitive neuroscientist and Christian author. She teaches that when our thoughts align with God's design, our brains literally rewire to unlock higher states of peace, resilience, and purpose. This is not just spiritual language, it's divine science. The shift that is happening in you is working on every level: your biology, your spirit, your emotional body. Can you imagine what your life will look like when every part of you begins to operate in divine harmony? This is not merely a spiritual reset, it is a full body, full soul transformation. For years, you've identified with your humanity, your scars, your burdens, your battles. But God never saw you as just flesh and bone. He saw you as a carrier of glory. The veil is lifting now. The lies are being burned off. The limited version of yourself is being laid to rest. What is rising in its place is something entirely new, yet completely true. You are a divine being. hand-chosen by the Creator of the universe, placed on earth at this exact time to fulfill a mission no one else can carry. The transformation ahead is not a threat, it is your liberation. These 4 nights are the key to unlocking abilities and spiritual technologies that have lain dormant within you, waiting for the right frequency, the right moment, the right surrender. And now is that moment. You may begin to feel strange tingles in your body, vivid dreams, heightened emotions. These are signs your cells are aligning, your spiritual gifts are activating. It is like the seed that has been hidden in dry soil, suddenly touched by rain and sun, bursting through the earth to claim its place in the light. That seed is you, and heaven has declared it is your time to bloom. Do you feel the stirrings of something ancient and eternal awakening in you? That's not your imagination. That's prophecy being fulfilled. You are not only stepping into a new season, you are stepping into a new identity. And the entire universe has been waiting for you to realize it. By the time these sacred 4 nights come to completion, the lens through which you perceive the world will no longer be the same. Your inner vision, clouded by years of fear, doubt, and limitation, will begin to clear. You'll look at yourself differently. You'll walk through the world with a renewed sense of purpose and power. No longer will you see yourself as merely human. You will know, deep in your spirit, that you are a vessel of divine light, chosen for something far greater than ordinary life. This transformation is not symbolic, it is cellular. It is not just about spiritual enlightenment, but about divine embodiment. You are being prepared to live at a new frequency. And that frequency will not only shift your soul, it will reshape your body, your mind, and your energy field. The changes may begin subtly, but they will be undeniable. Have you noticed your body responding differently? Has your restlessness increased? Or has your hunger changed? These are not random. They are signs that your internal system is adjusting to receive what was once too powerful for you to hold. What's coming in these nights is beyond what many understand as spiritual growth. It's more than prayer, meditation, or inner peace. This is a divine recalibration of your entire being. Just as the woman with the issue of blood was instantly healed when she touched the hem of Jesus' garment, Luke 8:43-48. You too are brushing against something sacred tonight, a divine frequency that will transform every part of you. Her healing was immediate but not gentle. Power surged out of Jesus in a way that startled even him. Can you imagine what it means for that same power to flow into you now as each night progresses? Your body will begin to release energies that have been buried deep within. These are not just bad habits or emotional wounds. They are energetic blockages that have kept your divine potential locked away. Some of them have been with you for years. Others may have been inherited across generations. But now, under the covering of God's timing, they are being uprooted and released. It will not be a quiet process. The transformation may come with hunger, tension, or even moments of emotional upheaval. But do not fear these sensations. They are proof that the old structures are crumbling. Think of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, sweating drops of blood, overwhelmed by the weight of transformation, yet choosing surrender. His body trembled, but his spirit was unwavering. What if your physical unrest right now is part of the same divine surrender Renowned entrepreneur and spiritual thinker Steve Jobs once said, "The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do." But what if that craziness was actually divine calling? What if the restlessness in your soul isn't confusion, but confirmation? As these layers fall off of you, the real you, the chosen one, the light bearer will finally be able to emerge. You are not just going through a spiritual upgrade, you are undergoing a resurrection. Just as Lazarus was called out of the tomb by name, you are being summoned out of every dead version of yourself, every part of you that was buried beneath shame, exhaustion, or fear is rising again in glory. With each passing night, you will feel lighter, stronger, more aligned with heaven's frequency. Your body is not weak. It is a vessel of divine intelligence. These next 4 nights will reveal how powerful it truly is. As your energy system is cleansed, you will begin to emit high-frequency vibrations that not only shift your reality, but affect the atmosphere around you. You'll walk into rooms, and people will feel something. They may not understand it, but they will know they're in the presence of someone different, someone chosen. These frequencies that move through you are not random. They are sacred. God's design built into you before you were ever born. Psalm 139 says you are fearfully and wonderfully made. That means every cell in your body is encoded with divine possibility. And now those codes are being activated. As these energies rise, you may feel strange at times, uneasy, hungry, even fatigued. But what if that discomfort is not a problem, but a signpost? What if your body isn't breaking down, but breaking open? The old energies, the lies you believed, the trauma you carried, the heaviness of unspoken burdens are being pushed out. In their place, new divine frequencies are being planted. Your spiritual DNA is being rewritten. This transformation isn't just for you. The world is watching, even if silently. When your light changes, it forces others to reckon with their shadows. But do not shrink back. Let the process complete. Let the discomfort refine. Let the energy cleanse. Because what awaits on the other side of these 4 nights is more than a better version of you. It is the truest version, the one who walks in clarity, in power, in divine authority. The one who lives not by fear, but by fire. The one who has become the light. As your body continues to vibrate with newly awakened frequencies, something sacred is happening within you. You may not see it with your physical eyes, but in the spirit realm, your light is intensifying. These frequencies are not only healing and transforming your inner being, they are attracting divine blessings toward you like never before. It's as if heaven has opened a spiritual magnet within you, drawing in abundance, love, provision, and purpose. Have you noticed the shift already? Are certain doors beginning to open with ease? Have people appeared in your life carrying exactly what you've prayed for? These are not coincidences. They are divine responses to the energy you're now emitting. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Psalm 37:4. Your alignment with God is aligning everything else. But with great spiritual elevation comes the need for intentional protection. The vibrations now moving through your being are sacred, delicate, and powerful. Not everyone around you will understand or resonate with them, and that's okay. Even Jesus was misunderstood by his own hometown, Mark 6:4-6. He didn't force them to believe. He simply moved forward with his purpose. Can you accept that not everyone is meant to walk with you through this transformation? Some people in your life may begin to feel distant or energetically heavy. You may notice that certain conversations drain you more than they used to. It's not because those people are inherently bad. It's simply that their frequency no longer matches what God is birthing inside of you. When Jesus went to heal Jairus' daughter, Mark 5, he only allowed a few trusted disciples into the room. Why? Because the miraculous requires an atmosphere of faith. Are you willing to guard your atmosphere? This is a sacred moment to choose silence over distraction, solitude over noise, and spiritual clarity over worldly approval. Surround yourself with those who stir your faith, not your fear. Find those who reflect the fire you carry. If that means standing alone for a while, so be it. Even Elijah had to go to the mountain alone before he heard the still, small voice of God. Kings 19:11-12. You are not just being healed, you are being restructured from the inside out. Over these 4 nights, your body is becoming a divine instrument, radiating frequencies that resonate with heaven itself. Your spiritual DNA is being activated. These frequencies are not random. They are sacred messages encoded in your soul since before your birth. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1:5. What does it mean to live as someone set apart? As these energies rise, you may feel strange sensations tingling, heat, hunger, fatigue. These are signs of release. The heaviness you've carried, sometimes for years, is being stripped away. Can you feel the weight leaving your chest? The tightness lifting from your shoulders? These are not symptoms to fear. They are confirmations that you are being delivered from what once kept you bound. With each breath, you are shedding old timelines and stepping into divine time. With each night, the blockages are being cleared, and the power within you is beginning to bloom. Just as Lazarus was called out of the tomb after 4 days, you're being called out of every dead, forgotten part of yourself. And just as he came forth in resurrection power, you too are rising. Your intuition will heighten. Your spiritual senses will sharpen. You'll begin to know things you haven't studied, feel things before they happen, and recognize divine patterns where others see only coincidence. What if the very things you once dismissed as imagination were actually prophecy? What if the voice inside you was always God, whispering in a language you're only now beginning to understand? Even your creativity will begin to flow freely, unblocked and inspired by divine fire. Like Bezalel in Exodus 31, who was filled with the Spirit of God for craftsmanship and artistic design. Your talents will be empowered, not by effort alone, but by heavenly anointing. I have filled him with the Spirit of God, in wisdom, in understanding, in knowledge, and in all manner of workmanship. Exodus 31:3. Could it be that your gifts were never lost, only dormant, waiting for this activation? And what about your physical body? You will no longer see it as a limitation, but as a living sanctuary, a holy temple for divine power. Paul wrote, "Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, 1 Corinthians 6:19. That's not a metaphor. It's your reality now. Your cells are responding. Your organs are awakening. Your entire system is aligning with the frequency of heaven. This is why you must be mindful of what and who you allow into your space. Not everyone is meant to hear this song you're beginning to sing. Not everyone can understand the language of light, but those who are meant for you will feel the shift. They'll be drawn to your radiance, not because you chase them, but because the Spirit in you speaks to the Spirit in them. So ask yourself gently, who truly supports your rise, who drains your energy, and who replenishes it? Which voices stir your purpose, and which ones mute it as your transformation deepens? Clarity will come. Some connections will naturally fall away. Others will rise in their place, divinely sent to walk beside you into your next chapter. Let it all unfold. Let it all go. Because you, chosen one, are stepping into a glory that cannot be explained, only experienced. By the end of these sacred 4 nights, you will feel as if a veil has been lifted from your soul. The haze that once clouded your perception will dissolve, and your spiritual senses, long dormant, will awaken. The world around you will no longer feel flat or limited. Colors may appear more vibrant. Time may feel more fluid, and you may begin to sense things beyond what the natural eye can see. This is not your imagination. This is the unveiling. You're no longer confined to the dense limitations of flesh alone. You're now aligned with a divine frequency that allows you to access dimensions of reality your mind had only dreamed of. But blessed are your eyes because they see, and your ears because they hear. Matthew 13:16. These words, spoken by Jesus, were not just for his disciples. They were for every chosen one who would one day awaken. Could it be that this verse is now speaking directly to you? What you are experiencing is the beginning of your awakening, not a final destination, but a sacred doorway. Your transformation is only beginning to unfold, and like every sacred birthing, it comes with signs of contraction, release, and sometimes even pain. These 4 nights are not a retreat, they are an initiation. Your body, mind, and soul are stepping into the frequency of heaven. And everything that does not resonate with that frequency must fall away. That's why you may feel sudden pangs of hunger, deep and almost primal. But this hunger is not merely for food, it is a craving for something higher. You are starving for truth, for alignment, for the wholeness of your divine self. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. Matthew 4:4. Your soul is yearning to be fed with eternal light. You may also find yourself overcome by waves of panic, restlessness, or strange physical discomfort at times. These sensations may feel like something is wrong. But what if these feelings are not signs of harm, but signs of healing? Could it be that the panic is the final scream of fear, trying to hold on as you step into your divine authority? Think of how the Israelites felt just before they crossed the Red Sea. The enemy behind them, the unknown ahead of them. Yet, they were standing on the edge of their greatest liberation. Their fear didn't mean they were on the wrong path. It meant they were about to enter holy ground. Is that what your discomfort is trying to tell you right now? Your body is releasing years, maybe lifetimes, of stagnant energy trauma, grief, guilt, lies, and limitations that were never yours to carry are now surfacing to be purged. The tension in your chest, that's the armor breaking. The tightness in your stomach, that's years of suppressed emotion dissolving. Each sensation is a sign the shift is real. Renowned speaker Brené Brown once said, "You can choose courage or you can choose comfort, but you cannot choose both." In these 4 nights, you have already chosen courage, and courage means embracing discomfort as a sign that progress is unfolding. Are you willing to see your pain as proof that the old is leaving to make space for the new? Every moment of anxiety is a reminder that you are crossing a threshold. Your soul is not afraid of transformation. It is only your ego that trembles. But even that fear is sacred because it reveals how much you are being asked to release. You are no longer the person who clung to comfort. You are becoming the person who walks boldly into the light. Instead of resisting these sensations, meet them with reverence. See them as sacred messengers. When you feel hunger, say to yourself, "I am being filled with divine light." When you feel panic, declare, "This is the fear, leaving my body to make room for peace." Your words are not just affirmations, they are spiritual commands. You have the authority to name your experience, and in naming it, you begin to master it. Every uncomfortable wave is a sign that your body is recalibrating. You are not breaking down, you are breaking open. You are not unraveling, you are being restructured. And with each breath, you are moving closer to the divine version of yourself that has waited patiently beneath the surface. You are not alone in this. Heaven is watching. Angels are ministering. The Holy Spirit is whispering truth into your being. Behold, I make all things new. Revelation 21:5. That renewal is not happening in a distant future. It is happening right now in your bones, in your breath, in your being. As you move through the final nights of this journey, remember, these aren't just physical symptoms. They are sacred signals. You are not dying. You are waking up. With each sacred night that passes, you will begin to feel a sense of profound lightness take root in your body and spirit. The heaviness you've carried, sometimes unknowingly, for years will start to lift. And this is no ordinary relief. It is the release of old, entangled energies that have kept you bound, hidden, and disconnected from the fullness of your divine potential. These energies have long lived in the shadows of your body, stored in your muscles, your breath, your nervous system. But they are not meant to stay. They are being evicted. Have you ever wondered why you sometimes felt weighed down, even when life appeared to be going well? Why certain emotional wounds kept resurfacing, even after years of healing? These are the buried patterns, spiritual toxins that were programmed to keep you from stepping fully into your radiant, crystalline form. But now, under the covering of these 4 divine nights, those blockages are being broken. The veil is lifting, and your true self is emerging. You were taught, with regard to your former way of life, to put off your old self, to be made new in the attitude of your minds, and to put on the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness. Ephesians for 4/22/24. Your old self, the limited, fearful, hesitant version is dissolving. In its place rises a body aligned with divine intention. You may feel this release in your physical body as though your system is purging, detoxing, or recalibrating. Discomfort may come in waves: sudden warmth, tingling, nausea, or strange sensations may arise. These are not signs of harm. They are evidence that something holy is leaving. That which was never meant to live in you is being uprooted. What if your body isn't betraying you, but blessing you by finally letting go? What if the weariness you've carried was never your own to begin with, as the old energies depart? Your crystalline body, your true, purified form is being revealed. This isn't fantasy. This is spiritual reality. Just as Moses' face shone after encountering God on Mount Sinai, Exodus 34:29, your body, once burdened, is beginning to emit divine frequencies. Light is radiating from within, not symbolic light, but energetic clarity that the spirit realm recognizes and responds to. You are being rebuilt into a temple fit for glory. Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit? 1 Corinthians 6:19. These aren't poetic metaphors. They're spiritual facts. Your body is not just matter. It is mission. It is a vessel fine-tuned by God to carry revelation, healing, and power. Each night you surrender. Each moment you allow the old to fall away. You will notice subtle but undeniable shifts. Your heart may beat with new steadiness. Your breath may deepen. You may feel less fatigue, more vitality. Have you already felt this surge, this inner clarity? It's not in your imagination. You're being elevated. Spiritual leader and best-selling author Iyanla Vanzant once said, "The way to achieve your own success is to be willing to help somebody else get it first." But how can you lift others if you are still carrying the weight of what was never meant for you? These nights are not just about your transformation. They're about preparing you to walk in the authority that helps heal others. To do that, your spirit must be light enough to fly. Let go of fear. Let go of resistance. These are the final cords tying you to the old world. You are not here to survive. You are here to shine. As you shed what no longer serves, you are aligning with your divine design. Your energy field is becoming clear and radiant. You are attracting miracles, not because you're chasing them, but because they are drawn to your frequency. Do you feel more alert lately, more present, more connected to a deeper current of peace running beneath your everyday awareness? That's the transformation working from the inside out. You are becoming more of who you truly are, and less of what the world once convinced you to be. Each night, as you sleep, your soul is in motion. The divine frequencies flowing through you are activating ancient codes, gifts, visions, and strengths that have long been asleep. You may wake up feeling new because you are. You are not simply healing. You are awakening. You are not just rising. You are ascending. You are not evolving into something different. You are becoming what you always were beneath the noise chosen. Radiant, eternal, and with each passing moment, your energy field expands. You are aligning with heaven's rhythm. The old layers, fear, doubt, fatigue are falling away. The new you, the one created in glory, is stepping into place. With each sacred night that passes, your body and spirit are coming into deeper alignment with the divine blueprint etched within you since the beginning of time. You may already sense it, a growing lightness in your chest, a deeper peace in your breath, and a renewed clarity in your mind. The burdens that once felt immovable are dissolving, and the struggles of your past begin to fade into the background like distant echoes. No longer do they define you. You're beginning to see, perhaps for the first time, that you were always capable of so much more than you believed. Those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. Isaiah 40:31. This is not just poetic language. It is the truth of what's happening to you now. You are being renewed from the inside out. You are not simply surviving. You are soaring. But as your spiritual body rises into this new vibration, your physical body must also be prepared to carry this light. Transformation begins in the spirit, but it must be supported in the flesh. Your body, once weighed down by lower vibrations, is becoming a vessel for divine frequency, and that vessel must be nourished with the purest form of fuel. What are you putting into your temple? The shift you're experiencing is real, and it's not only energetic, it is cellular. The foods you eat, the water you drink, the thoughts you dwell on all shape the flow of this transformation. Alkaline water, known for its ability to purify and restore balance, is one of the most powerful tools you can use right now. It helps your body detoxify, allowing negative and stagnant energies to exit with greater ease. Have you noticed how certain foods make you feel heavy, tired, or clouded, while others leave you energized, clear, and vibrant? That's not your imagination. Every substance carries a frequency, and your body can no longer tolerate what doesn't match your divine vibration. This is why it is vital to avoid foods born from suffering meat from animals raised in fear. Processed foods loaded with chemicals, and genetically modified vegetables stripped of life force. These things were not made for the body you are becoming. Instead, turn to plant-based, organic nourishment. These foods are alive, vibrant, and aligned with the very frequencies now awakening inside you. They carry the language of creation itself, the same language spoken by God in Genesis when he declared, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed." And God saw that it was good. Genesis 1:11-12. Isn't it powerful to think that nature still echoes the original voice of God when you feed your body what God designed in purity? You're not just eating, you are receiving. You are absorbing the light, the codes, the energy that supports your elevation. What if the fatigue you've been feeling isn't just from stress, but from fueling your rising spirit with foods too dense to lift you? As spiritual teacher and author Anthony William, known as the medical medium, often says, when we consume living foods from the earth, we support the living energy within us. He reminds us that food is not just nutrition, it's vibration. During this pivotal transition, every bite matters. Are you giving your body what it needs to carry your soul higher? Your body will begin to respond. You'll feel more energized. Your mind will be clearer, Your heart will beat with greater calm and focus. Your connection to the divine will feel less like something to reach for and more like something you simply are. The clearer your vessel, the more freely God's energy flows through you. This act of sacred self-care is not indulgence, it is obedience. You are honoring the temple that carries your purpose. You are aligning yourself with the highest frequencies, creating space for divine power to dwell within you fully. Every glass of pure water, every conscious bite of life-giving food, every intentional act of rest and gratitude. These are not small choices. They are spiritual decisions that align you with God's best. As you approach the final phase of this transformation, understand this. You are stepping into a version of yourself that is radiant, powerful, and whole. Your body is not being left behind. It is being renewed along with your spirit. Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers. 3. John 1:2. That prayer is being answered in you. You are not just becoming healthier, you are becoming holier. This alignment of mind, body, and spirit will prepare you to carry more light, more truth, and more divine authority than ever before. By the end of these 4 sacred nights, you will no longer recognize the version of yourself that once carried the weight of old wounds, fear, and limitation. Something has changed permanently. You'll rise with a sense of lightness you've never known before, not just physically, but spiritually. Your body will have completed a profound cleansing, flushing out stagnant energies and ancient burdens that once dimmed your radiance. You'll feel more alive, more alert, and more connected than ever. But this transformation isn't confined to the physical. It stretches into every layer of your being: mental, emotional, and spiritual. The way you think, the way you feel, even the way you view life itself will shift. Your perspective will begin to lift out of scarcity and into abundance. Where once you saw limitation, now you will see endless possibility. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2. This renewal is not coming. It's already happening within you. Your connection to the divine will deepen into something intimate, something unshakable. You won't just believe, you will know. And with that knowing will come confidence, the quiet confidence of someone who no longer begs the universe for change, but co-creates with it. Your faith will move from the pages of theory into the reality of manifestation. Are you ready to speak things into existence? Not with force, but with faith. Embrace this final shift with deep gratitude and joyful anticipation. The person you were just days ago will feel like a distant memory, like an old skin you've shed to reveal the brilliance underneath the real you. The one God saw from the beginning, the one the world has been waiting for so long. You walk this earth unaware of the hidden powers buried within, not because you lacked them, but because they were waiting for divine timing, for spiritual maturity, for the moment when heaven whispered, "Now." And that moment, chosen one, is here over the course of these 4 transformative nights. Those dormant powers are rising to the surface slowly at first. Then suddenly, you will begin to realize, maybe with awe, maybe with tears, just how much strength, wisdom, and divine energy has always lived inside you. These gifts are not distant, mystical ideas. They are practical, tangible, real. Have you already begun to notice it? That your intuition is sharper, that your thoughts feel like divine downloads, that your ability to manifest has intensified. What once seemed out of reach is now being placed gently in your hands, not as a reward, but as a remembrance. Now, to Him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to His power that is at work within us. Ephesians 3:20. That power is no longer hidden. It's rising within you now. You're not just waking up, you're activating. You're not just becoming better, you're becoming whole. These divine powers you're discovering are not external additions. They're parts of your original design, pieces of your soul that are now coming back online. All that's required is your willingness, your surrender, your trust. The moment you say yes to this awakening, heaven begins to echo your agreement. Author and humanitarian John Huston once described human potential as a sleeping giant. She said, "We are literally coded with abilities far beyond what we've dared to imagine." Isn't that exactly what you're experiencing now? Your code is being unlocked. Your giant is awakening. Your light can no longer be dimmed. As this transformation anchors into your body, your energy field, the invisible yet powerful force surrounding you, is also undergoing a complete overhaul. The static is clearing. The density is lifting. You're vibrating at a frequency that calls in clarity, favor, and alignment. Don't be surprised if people begin to notice something different about you. They may not have the words for it, but they'll feel it, and so will you. You are stepping into a version of yourself that is divine by design, fierce in spirit, and soft in heart. The wisdom rising in you will guide not only your path, but the paths of others. The strength within you will not dominate, but uplift. You are being transformed into a vessel of light, and the world will feel your presence before you even speak. Now is the time to embrace that light without fear, to use the powers you've rediscovered, not for control, but for healing. Not for personal gain alone, but for the highest good of all. You are not just changing, you are becoming. And the transformation is not near it is now. As the final layers of your transformation take hold, you will begin to notice subtle yet undeniable changes all around you. The way you feel in your own skin will shift. The way people respond to your presence will shift. And perhaps most profoundly, the way you perceive the world will become clearer, lighter, and infused with divine purpose. You're not imagining it. Your vibration is rising, and with it, your entire life is rising too. Higher frequency energies are being drawn to you now, not by chance, but by spiritual law. Your internal frequency, once weighed down by fear, doubt, and emotional residue, is now aligning with your true divine nature. As a result, You'll begin to notice that things are flowing more easily. The desires you once had to fight for may begin to manifest naturally. Why? Because your energy is finally matching your intention. Seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. Matthew 6:33. That's what's happening now. You're no longer chasing blessings. They're chasing you because you're walking in alignment. Relationships will also shift. Some people who once drained your spirit or distracted you from your purpose may begin to fall away. You don't need to force it. Their departure is not loss. It's a sacred clearing. As they go, new souls will enter people who reflect your light, who match your frequency, who support your rise. Have you already noticed it? That new connections are carrying a different kind of energy, one that feels safe, inspired, and spirit-led. This is not rejection, it is redirection. The changes you're seeing in your external world are merely reflections of the sacred transformation happening within your energy field. What once fit no longer feels right. What once dimmed your light now feels foreign. This is a sign that you are coming into full resonance with your divine essence. You are becoming who heaven always knew you to be. As your vibration increases, your alignment with your true self deepens. And when that happens, the universe must respond. You will begin to feel carried by a current of grace, as if unseen hands are guiding your steps. The steps of a righteous person are ordered by the Lord, and He delights in their way. Psalm 37:23. This ordering of your path is not random. It is sacred choreography written before you were born. Embrace this shift with trust. It is leading you to greater heights of purpose, peace, and power. You are no longer wandering. You are walking in destiny. This transformation is not an accident. It is not the result of coincidence or convenience. It is a divine assignment. You were chosen for this exact moment in time. The universe, under the guidance of the Creator, has orchestrated every detail to prepare you for this awakening. Nothing you've experienced has been wasted. Every tear, every battle, every silence has led to this threshold. You were never being broken. You were being built. Why now? Because the world is groaning for light bearers, because darkness has covered the earth, and God's chosen ones are rising like dawn. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. Isaiah 61. You were born for this hour. This awakening isn't only for your benefit, it's for those around you, for those connected to your purpose, for the souls who are waiting to hear the sound of your freedom so they can remember their own. Your transformation is contagious. Your rise will inspire others to believe they can rise too. You are being equipped spiritually, emotionally, and energetically with everything you need to become the person you were always meant to be. The energy you now carry will open doors, heal hearts, shift atmospheres, and ignite faith. You're not just receiving light, you're becoming it. Real-life spiritual leaders like Archbishop Desmond Tutu, who fought for justice with a heart full of compassion, remind us that hope is being able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness. But what if that light isn't just something you look for, but something you carry? What if you are becoming the answer to someone else's prayer? You are rising now, not to be worshipped, but to walk. Not to impress, but to lead. Not to dominate, but to serve. The transformation you're undergoing is for the benefit of generations. Heaven has appointed this time for you to be revealed. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should, even the discomfort, even the letting go, even the things that don't make sense yet. This is your moment to surrender, to trust, to expand. This is not the end of your journey. It is the unveiling of your true beginning. So rise boldly, step forward without fear. The person you were is gone, and the person you are becoming radiant, awakened, divinely aligned, is ready to take their place. You may have already begun to notice unexpected changes stirring within you, moments of sudden inspiration that seem to strike out of nowhere. A deep, unshakable knowing rising from your spirit. Physical sensations that leave you wondering what's happening beneath the surface. These are not random occurrences. These are sacred signs. Your divine evolution has already begun. And whether you realized it or not, you are already walking in the unfolding of something extraordinary. Have you felt your energy shift during moments of silence? Have you found yourself withdrawing from certain environments that once felt familiar? This is not escapism. It is realignment. What you're experiencing now is the recalibration of your soul as it returns to its original frequency. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old has gone, the new is here. 2 Corinthians 5:17. These are not just poetic words. They are the reality of what's happening in your spirit. Perhaps you've sensed a sudden sensitivity to your surroundings. Lights feel brighter, sounds sharper, emotions more intense. You might even find yourself craving solitude more than ever. This isn't isolation, it's consecration. You are being set apart so that the voice of God can be heard without interference. Elijah didn't hear God in the fire or the earthquake, but in a still, small voice. Once, Kings 19:12. To hear that voice, he had to step away from the noise. Isn't that what you're being called to do now? Relationships may begin to change without warning. Some will fade quietly, others may end abruptly. This is not chaos, it's divine order. People who no longer serve your growth will naturally fall away as your frequency rises. And so too must the company you keep. This isn't a rejection of them. It's an embrace of your divine path. Can you accept that who you were is no longer who you are becoming? There may also be moments when you feel disconnected from your former self, your old desires, old habits, and even your old beliefs. That disconnection isn't confusion, it's clarity. You are not losing yourself. You are releasing who you thought you had to be in order to become who God destined you to be. This process is not just emotional or spiritual. It is deeply physical as well. Your body is a living archive of everything you've endured. As your vibration rises, it begins to respond tingling, warmth, chills, pressure, even light trembling. These are not symptoms to fear. They are signals. Divine electricity is moving through your system, rewriting the very structure of your being. Do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you? 1 Corinthians 6:19. What happens to temples when glory fills them? They tremble, they shift, they shine. You may oscillate between exhaustion and bursts of vibrant energy. Some days may feel like shedding skin. Others, like you've stepped into a beam of light. This is not inconsistency. It is ascension. Your body is learning how to hold a higher spiritual charge. Each wave of change is a new level unlocking. Inspirational thought leader Greg Braden, known for bridging science and spirituality, often speaks of this moment as a turning point in human consciousness. He says we are the generation of transformation, the first to consciously choose our evolution, but in your case, chosen one. This evolution isn't just a choice, it's a divine appointment. The dreams you're having, the spiritual downloads you're receiving, the strange sense that something big is happening even when you can't explain it, these are not illusions. These are sacred notifications that heaven is active in your life. The divine is not watching from afar. It is pulsing through your veins. You are not the same person you were yesterday, and you are not supposed to be. As you let go of the old identity, you are stepping fully into the glorious, divine being you were always meant to be. For those God foreknew, He also predestined to be conformed to the image of His Son. Romans 8:29. This confirmation is not subtle. It's radiant. It's fierce. It's real. Every change you feel is part of the sacred blueprint unfolding in real time. Your evolution is not only permitted, it is heaven-endorsed. You are not becoming someone new. You are returning to who you've always been, beneath the layers radiant, chosen, powerful, aligned. So embrace the sensations. Welcome the solitude. Honor the disconnection. Celebrate the rebirth. Because what's happening in you is not ordinary. It is holy. Have you ever felt trapped? Like you were moving in circles, caught in a cycle you couldn't escape, as if something unseen was holding you back, no matter how much effort you put in. That sensation of limitation wasn't just in your mind, it was energetic. And now, in this moment of divine transformation, those walls are about to collapse. The barriers that once defined your boundaries are crumbling. The ceiling that kept your spirit contained is shattering. Why now? Because you are stepping into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. This isn't just a change in mindset or emotional healing. This is a complete restructuring of your physical being. Your transformation is not symbolic, it is cellular, right now. Your body is undergoing something most people wouldn't even believe possible. At the molecular level, your DNA is activating. Your cells are responding to divine frequencies. New information is being coded into your very biology to prepare you to carry more light, more power, more of God's presence than ever before. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2. But in this sacred hour, it's not only your mind being renewed, it's your body too. You may already be feeling this shift, unusual tightness, sudden waves of energy, discomfort that seems to come out of nowhere. You're not broken, you're expanding. These are the growing pains of ascension. Just like a seed must break open to become a tree, your body must release the old to make way for the new. Have you noticed how your body seems more reactive to energy? That certain environments feel heavier, or certain foods no longer sit right? These are not sensitivities, they are signs of refinement. You are becoming a vessel for divine presence. The discomfort you feel is not punishment, it is purification, and it's working. The physical changes you're experiencing are deep and irreversible. They are not cosmetic or fleeting. They are embedded in the structure of your being. Your nervous system is recalibrating. Your immune system is aligning with divine rhythms. Your cells are becoming receptacles of higher wisdom, spiritual insight, and holy energy. Or do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you? 1 Corinthians 6:19. That temple is being renovated right now. Walls are being torn down. Hidden rooms are being discovered. Altars are being rebuilt. And when the Spirit moves in fully, you will not walk, you will radiate. Honor this body. Honor its signals. Drink water that purifies. Eat foods that nourish. Rest when your soul says rest. Move when your body feels the surge of divine momentum. This is not weakness. It is surrender to the sacred rhythm of renewal. The next 4 nights are not just symbolic. They are a divine cycle of purification. These nights have been ordained as a time of deep release. God is cleansing you from the inside out. Emotions you thought you had buried may come to the surface. Old fears, limiting beliefs, and energetic weights may rise, but only to be expelled. Are you willing to face them as they come? Can you sit in the discomfort, knowing that every tear, every tension, every surge of emotional unrest is part of your divine cleansing? Just as David cried out in Psalm 51, "Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me." You too are being purified, not only in heart, but in body and spirit. This cleansing is deep. It is sacred. It will shake you, but only so that it can free you. You may feel overwhelmed. You may wake up in the night feeling unsettled. But understand this: what is leaving you now was never meant to stay. You are not being emptied to be left barren. You are being emptied to be filled. And what awaits you on the other side of this release is a version of you so radiant, so aligned, so deeply grounded in divine purpose that your past self will feel like a shadow. Your new energy field will attract light, favor, clarity, and people who match your elevation. This transformation is not only preparing you for your own expansion, it is equipping you for your divine mission, because you are not rising just for yourself. You are rising for the world that needs your light. This release is not just for peace, it is for power, and your time is now. Throughout these 4 sacred nights, you may begin to notice profound shifts, not just in your physical body, but in your thoughts, your emotions, and even the way you perceive life itself. Long forgotten wounds might resurface. Patterns you thought were buried may emerge. Old relationships or familiar situations that once brought comfort could suddenly feel heavy, distant, or misaligned. These aren't setbacks. They're signs you're not going backward. You're being invited to let go. Can you feel it? That inner nudge to release what no longer fits the person you're becoming. The unease is not punishment. It is divine pruning. Every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes, that it may bear more fruit. John 15:2. What feels like loss is actually preparation for expansion. This process of purification is not always gentle, but it is always sacred. As you allow these old layers to fall away, you are making space for new energy, new opportunities, deeper connections, and a radiant alignment with your divine purpose. The more you let go, the more clearly you begin to see who you truly are beneath the noise. If you find yourself feeling uncomfortable, whether emotionally, mentally, or physically, understand that this is part of the transformation. You are shedding what no longer serves your highest calling. You're finally breaking free from chains that once went unnoticed because you had learned to live with their weight. That discomfort you feel now is not failure. It's evidence that the walls of limitation are crumbling. Do you remember how the Israelites felt just before crossing the Red Sea, trapped between an enemy and the unknown? Many feared they would perish, but it was in that moment of pressure that the miraculous path opened. Exodus 14. Could it be that your current tension is actually the threshold of your breakthrough? The discomfort may take many forms: fatigue, anxiety, confusion, or even frustration. But these sensations are not your enemies. They are signals that your old self is making room for the emergence of something divine. When deeply embedded energy begins to move, the entire system must adjust, and that adjustment, while necessary, can feel disorienting. It's like a caterpillar in the cocoon. The process of becoming the butterfly is not graceful or effortless. It is a battle of rebirth, but the struggle is sacred, and the outcome is freedom. Behold, I will do a new thing, now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? Isaiah 43:19. God is doing a new thing in you now, and though the cocoon may feel tight, your wings are forming. Author and spiritual teacher Eckhart Tolle once wrote, "Some changes look negative on the surface, but you will soon realize that space is being created in your life for something new to emerge." Isn't that exactly what's happening in your spirit right now? The key in this moment is surrender. Instead of resisting the discomfort, lean into it. Ask what it's trying to show you. Is there something you're holding on to that's asking to be released? A pattern you've outgrown? A belief that no longer serves your becoming? When you embrace the discomfort as divine instruction, you empower yourself to fully participate in the transformation. This is not the time to shrink back. This is the time to step forward. You are not falling apart. You are falling into alignment. And as you continue through this process, you'll begin to notice the light returning not from the outside, but from within. The fog will begin to lift. Peace will begin to settle. Clarity will return. And when it does, you'll see that every wave of discomfort was a messenger preparing you for your emergence. You are being set free from what was, and you are being prepared for what will be. The discomfort is the doorway, and beyond it is a freedom so pure, so powerful, that the person you were will barely recognize the person you're becoming. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Psalm 35. These 4 nights may stretch you, but they are ushering you into your morning. So take a breath, release the old, let the discomfort pass through you like wind through open hands, because the breakthrough is coming, and soon, very soon, you will rise lighter, freer, and more in tune with your divine essence than ever before. Have you ever felt as though something sacred was stirring inside your body, something beyond your understanding, something you couldn't quite explain or control? Perhaps there were moments when you sensed waves of heat coursing through you, gentle tingling in your fingertips or spine, or a subtle but undeniable electrical current humming beneath your skin. These sensations are not coincidences. They are signals, and they are pointing to one undeniable truth: your physical body is awakening. What you're experiencing now is far beyond ordinary biology. Your body is not malfunctioning. It is recalibrating. These waves of energy are not disruptions. They are the evidence of divine frequency taking root within you. As your body begins to align with the light of heaven, it becomes a vessel for higher vibrations. These sensations, strange though they may feel, are signs that your transformation is not only happening, but accelerating. Your body is vibrating at a new level, and that shift can sometimes feel overwhelming. And yet, every moment of warmth, every pulse of electricity, every breath that feels infused with something unfamiliar is a declaration from heaven. You're changing. You're no longer who you once were. You're becoming who you were always destined to be. Scripture reminds us, but we all, with unveiled face, beholding as in a mirror the glory of the Lord, are being transformed into the same image from glory to glory. 2 Corinthians 3:18. That transformation is not just spiritual. It is physical, emotional, cellular. Your body is shedding the energy of the old self, removing blockages that once kept you bound in fear, doubt, or stagnation. Every vibration moving through you is a cleansing current, clearing out space for divine purpose to dwell. And yet, it's natural to wonder, how can I manage something so powerful? What if I'm not ready? The truth is, you don't need to control it. This process is not meant to be managed. It is meant to be trusted. Your body is wise, designed by the Creator with divine intelligence. It already knows how to hold what heaven is pouring in. Like a vessel shaped by the potter's hand, it is being prepared to carry a new level of spiritual fire. When you surrender to these sensations instead of resisting them, something beautiful begins to happen. The fear fades, the flow increases, and the transformation unfolds with greater ease and clarity. The key is not to fight the energy, but to let it teach you. Let it show you what's being released, what's being healed, and what's being born. As these energies continue to move through you, you will begin to notice that your inner world is changing just as dramatically as your physical sensations. Your thoughts become clearer, your intuition becomes sharper, your heart becomes softer yet stronger. You will keep in perfect peace all who trust in you, all whose thoughts are fixed on you. Isaiah 26:3. That peace comes when you stop trying to control what was never meant to be forced and start allowing what was always meant to flow. This journey is not just a subtle adjustment. It's a complete awakening. The person you are becoming is far more powerful, intuitive, and aligned than any version of yourself that existed before. You are unlocking your divine potential that has always been within you, waiting for the veil to lift. Spiritual leader Dr. Joe Dispenza once said, "When you change your energy, you change your life." That is exactly what you are experiencing. Your energy is no longer echoing the pain of the past. It is radiating the truth of who you really are. And as this inner shift deepens, the outer world begins to respond. People, opportunities, clarity, and divine connections start to show up, not because you're chasing them, but because your frequency now calls them in. You are now stepping into a version of yourself that the world has never seen before, but heaven has known all along. With every fear released, with every old habit surrendered, with every layer of limitation shed, you are making room for your true identity to shine. This is the emergence of your light body. This is your soul being embodied in full awareness. This is your divine self finally rising. Can you feel the difference? The spaciousness, the lightness. That is not temporary, it is transformation, and it will only continue to grow. The potential within you has no ceiling, no limit, no expiration. And as you walk in this new identity, rooted in divine truth and vibrating in divine power, you will witness doors open before you that you never even knew existed. The right people will find you, the right answers will arrive, the right opportunities will unfold. This is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of your divine becoming. By the end of this sacred transformative period, you will look back on who you once were, not with regret, but with wonder. You will see how far you've come, how many layers have fallen away, and how your spirit has expanded into something far greater than you thought possible. The version of yourself now emerging is not simply an upgraded version of the old you. It is the divine embodiment of the purpose God placed within you before you were even born. You are stepping into the person heaven has always known you to be: bold, radiant, awakened, and aligned. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1:5. That version, the real you, has been waiting patiently beneath the surface, and now it is being unveiled. This transformation is far more than a moment of clarity or a change in habit. It is a divine reset, a total system reboot. Everything that once bound you to the limitations of the past old beliefs, inherited patterns, trauma, fear is being cleared away, not because you failed, but because you're finally ready for more. Have you ever felt like life was asking you to pause, to reconsider everything, to let go of what once defined you, even when it made you feel secure? That's the divine reset in motion. It's not here to punish or confuse you. It's here to liberate you. This reset is not optional. And if you're honest, you know you don't want to return to who you used to be. The pain, the pretending, the pressure, it no longer fits. The discomfort you're feeling now is your soul stretching into new dimensions, expanding into truth. This isn't the end of your journey. This is your clean slate, your new beginning, your holy reboot, like a garden being pruned. The divine is trimming away every dead branch, every toxic root, every overgrowth that has kept the sunlight of your spirit from breaking through. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Isaiah 43:19. What's being removed is only making space for what's coming next, more clarity, more peace, more divine alignment. But this process isn't always smooth. There may be days when confusion clouds your thoughts, moments when everything familiar begins to fade. You may wonder, who am I becoming? Why does everything feel so uncertain? These questions are not signs of weakness. They are proof that your old patterns are unraveling. You are moving from unconscious reaction to conscious creation. This is the moment between what was and what will be. A sacred in-between, where the past no longer holds power and the future begins to form in divine order. Real-life spiritual teacher Iyanla Vanzant once said, "The only way to get to the other side is to go through the process." What if your confusion right now is not chaos, but sacred recalibration? What if feeling lost is the moment just before being found? As you let go of the past, whether it's a relationship, a mindset, or a version of yourself, you are making space for divine energy to lead. You are not drifting. You are being guided. The unknown isn't something to fear. It's a blank canvas for God to paint your next season. Embrace the divine reset with courage. It may not be easy, but it is essential. Because what awaits you on the other side of this surrender is wholeness, strength, wisdom, purpose. You're not just being refined, you're being revealed. You may have quietly asked yourself, what is actually happening to me? The answer is simple and sacred. You are waking up. You are remembering. You are returning to the highest version of yourself, the one created in the image of God, filled with divine light and ready to walk in destiny. And once this reset is complete, nothing will be the same. You will not only see yourself differently, you will move differently, speak differently, believe differently. The world around you will feel the shift, because when God's chosen one rises, everything changes. Beloved, if you've made it this far, know this: your transformation is real. You are not imagining it. You are not alone. You are rising spirit, soul, and body into the divine masterpiece God always intended you to be. The old has fallen away, and something glorious is awakening within you. This is not just about personal change. This is a divine calling. You are being prepared to walk in purpose, to speak with authority, and to move in alignment with the power of heaven itself. And nothing will ever be the same again. Type 777 in the comments if you receive this message into your spirit. Declare it boldly. I am ready. I am chosen. I am transformed. If this message has stirred something deep within you, please consider supporting this channel through Super Thanks. Your gift helps us continue spreading the light to more chosen ones around the world. And whether you give or not, thank you for showing up. Thank you for being part of this journey. Thank you for allowing your spirit to be stretched, refined, and reborn. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this message with someone who needs to hear it right now. You could be the confirmation they've been praying for. May divine peace rest upon you. May your transformation continue with power and grace. and may everything that has been delayed be released into your life in perfect timing. God bless you, chosen one. Until next time, walk in your light, rise in your purpose, and never forget you were born for this.